Blog Talk Radio.
Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics, and welcome to the Red Wings edition of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. I'm your host, Taylor Phillips, live from the northern outskirts of McBain, Michigan, here on Blog Talk Radio, the host of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. If you have any opinions on the Red Wings and want to join in on the conversation, you can call in by phone at 646-478-4837. Again, that's 646-478-4837. The show will be 15 to 30 minutes long as always and is recorded and archived. You can also post your opinions in comments on my talk show post or on my timeline on my personal Facebook profile, Taylor Phillips, at facebook.com/Phil1DT. You can also like my Detroit sports page, Taylor Phillips's Detroit sports page. At facebook.com/Taylor's sports page with no apostrophe, just one word, and join Taylor's, and you can join Taylor Phillips's Detroit Sports Group, and you can follow me on Twitter and on Tumblr at DT2Phillips. You can also search me on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Google as Taylor Phillips. I'm simulcasting on YouTube via Google. There is also a chat window on blogtalkradio.com on this show for you to comment your opinions. Before we begin talking about the Wings, here are the guidelines for all the listeners of tonight's show. Number one, if you have called in, stay on the line so I can get to you for a talk. If you hang up by mistake, not a big deal. Just redial this number, 646-478-4837, and then stay on the line. Number two, keep it very clean. No profanity, vulgarity, graphic violence talk, no nothing. Number three, treat each other with respect. Number four, if you don't know much about the Red Wings or any Detroit sports, you can still just listen to absorb it into your mind. And number five, only I can change the topic because I'm the host of the show. All right, let's get to it. The Wings just won in Los Angeles at Staples Center, beating the Kings 3-1. We're going to recap the entire week. First, starting off with the Dallas game. The Red Wings started their road trip in the Big D a week ago tonight. And they were taking on a struggling Dallas Stars team. And they were playing without Pavel Datsyuk. And they still had no problem with the Stars. And despite giving up a shorthanded goal, they scored first, and then they responded after a tying shorthanded goal with 4 of their own unanswered, and they whooped the Stars 5-1. Henrik Zetterberg got 2 goals. Jimmy Howard made 45 saves. And Tomas Tatar also got a goal. He's on fire right now.
They're playing extremely, the Ducks are playing extremely well at home, and it's going to get one of these efforts where we're going to have to find a way to win a low-scoring game. You guys know what Tomas Tatar has been through to see him get that goal.
As Red Wings Live, as I'm simultaneously watching Red Wings Live on Fox Sports Detroit after tonight's 3-1 victory over the Kings, who have been playing very well at home. But first off, the Wings. First off, the weekend review. I actually just got done recapping the Wings Stars game, so I'm going to move on from there. The Wings had 4 days rest thereafter before they traveled to the farther west coast in California and in San Jose, where they came unprepared and got beaten badly by the Sharks 4-1. Howard let in a go-ahead goal that he should not have given up. There was an easy shot for him to save. That was Desjardins' goal. From there, things got worse, but Peter Mrazek started the third period in net to stop the bleeding. But the Wings offense couldn't generate anything except Tatar scoring again. Tatar is like on a... Tatar has been red hot. Right now he's on a 3-game goal-scoring streak. And his dad recently passed away, so thoughts and prayers go out to Tatar and his family. So I'm gonna
said that he wanted to see the Red Wings play all around better hockey, but specifically stronger goaltending. And we definitely saw that tonight from Jimmy Howard. Let's now head back out to LA and get reaction from head coach.
All right, talk about your team's play tonight in a tough place in which to win. Well, we battled real hard, obviously. Before the game, we were going to have that few more shortcuts, but we competed real hard. We scored timely goals. Our penalty kill was good.
And so Mike Babcock is talking with John Keating right there on Fox Sports Detroit. Moving on to tonight's 3-1 win over the Kings. Yeah, his father's death came this week. And Tomas Tatar scored again tonight and became the 3rd star. Got a goal and an assist in that one. Riley Sheahan got his first
We go to the next
NHL goal.
Good opportunity for everyone. When you say out for a while, you know how it is here. Okay, anybody else coming back tomorrow? So you'll go with the same group and a new goalie tomorrow? Yeah, we might make a change on deep margins here, or maybe we'll go 11 and 7, as we said. It's always something, isn't it? That's Head coach Mike Babcock, after a big win, new goalie tomorrow night in Anaheim. Lindsay.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, as you heard John Keating say, new goalie, that means Peter Mrazek will start in net tomorrow in Anaheim when the Wings take on the Ducks. Puck drop at 8. That'll be on Fox Sports Detroit. But back to the Wings-Kings game here. Wings win 3-1, like I said before. Sheahan getting his first NHL goal, assisted by Tatar and Brendan Smith. Smith's got 9 assists now. And Dan Cleary finally got his 4th goal of the season. Going into tonight's game, Cleary had 7 points in 43 games. And 0 of them came on the power play. But yeah, Dan Cleary had 3 goals and 4 assists in 43 games. That's 7 points overall this season. Now he has 4 goals and 4 assists in 44 games. Yeah, that's still about it. But his goal tonight was very big. It was an insurance goal. Howard helped out again. He was alert. Made a diving save, one of 40 in the second period, one of 44 saves that he made. Pretty close to exactly the same amount of shots he had to stop in Dallas a week ago tonight. So we're just about halfway through this podcast, the Red Wings edition of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. So Howard has been solid in 2 of the last 3 starts since the Winter Classic meltdown, which ended in a heartbreaking shootout loss. And Howard is starting to show resilience as of now. And hopefully, whenever the Wings go to their next shootout with some other team, with Jimmy Howard in net, hopefully Howard can stay as alert as he was tonight, and as alert as he was a week ago in Dallas. And he had already been selected as one of the goaltenders for Team USA in the Olympics, in the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
So hopefully it's not anything that's too lasting.
And then they're on the road, so we've got 5 straight for the Red Wings tomorrow.
Next the schedule, Lindsay. They do have to travel tonight from Phoenix, so maybe a little bit of
Consecutive wins tonight. tonight. I guess you have to get it done against them.
Just play the same committed game, work together. They have some proven star players. Ryan Getzlaf, their captain, against anybody.
So now we take a look at the NHL standings.
Smarty had a great clip again this year, over 20 goals on the season. So they're big.
Starting with the division standings, the Red Wings now have 50 points after the win tonight. To jump up to take over fourth place in the Atlantic Division. 2 points up on the Senators, and just 7 behind the red hot Montreal Canadiens, who got a win tonight. And for the Kings in the Pacific Division, they're stuck in third place at 59 points. The Wings now have 20 wins, 15 regulation losses, and 10 overtime losses. All of them, some of them in a shootout. The entire conference now, the Wings are in 7th place in the East. And in the wild card, the Wings lead the wild card standings, one up on the New York Rangers, who are now in 2nd place with 49. Because of the two big points the Wings picked up at Staples Center. So that is it for the NHL standings. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the Anaheim Ducks, the next opponent for tomorrow at 8. The Ducks have 73 points. They lead the Pacific Division, and they lead the Western Conference as well. 5 points ahead of the Chicago Blackhawks, the defending Stanley Cup champions. Obviously, I guess there can't be the same top dog forever, huh? Thank goodness. And then the Wings take on those Rangers in Madison Square Garden after 3 days rest. On Thursday, puck drops there at 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Detroit, and then the Wings return home to the Joe and take on those LA Kings at 7 on Fox Sports Detroit. The Kings are still hanging in there. The Kings are in 3rd place in the Pacific Division. just ahead of the wild card standings, led by the Vancouver Canucks at 57 points. The New York Rangers are in 8th place in the East and 4th place in the Metropolitan Division. So that covers everything Red Wings here. I will go to check other Detroit sports scores. The Pistons finally won a game at the Palace, 110 to 108 at over the Phoenix Suns tonight. Earlier, Josh Smith with 2 clutch hoops, first a 3 and then a 2, with a 3-shot foul committed, with all 3 free throws hit to tie the game at 108 with over 4 seconds left. Smith hit the game-winning layup with 1.2 to go. I gotta tell you, Smith was clutch. He finally drove to the hoop like everybody wanted him to, especially the coach, Maurice Cheeks, and it paid off. And the Michigan State Spartans also got a victory. That one also in overtime, the second overtime victory in a row. That both of them after they blew a lead right at the very end of regulation and let their opponent tie it up. And this one was against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, and they were both at the Breslin Center. Two good wins for the Spartans, both in overtime, but they need to start closing games out in regulation again. They need to finish stronger than that. Everyone in the world should know that. And no, it's not Tom Izzo's fault. He's still a good coach, but Gary Harris missed 2 key free throws, which he should have hit, and which could have closed out regulation. It was pretty simple that both of them should have been hit, but none of them were, and the Gophers took advantage and tied the game up, forced overtime, but the Gophers gave out. Spartans were mad. Or as mad as heck. Michigan also plays tomorrow. No, wait. I take that back. They don't play until Tuesday at Chrysler Center when the Penn State Nittany Lions come roaring into Ann Arbor. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock on BTN, Big Ten Network. You can catch on the radio on your local affiliates, and in the Detroit area on WWJ 950 and 1050, TKA in Ann Arbor. 950 is in Detroit. So that covers all Detroit sports, and Oh yeah, Eastern. I think Eastern and Western played those games before. Or not those. Both played today. But I'm gonna have to check them after I conclude here. That's gonna do it for this Red Wings edition of Taylor's Detroit Sports Show. Coming up tomorrow at midnight is the Pistons edition. I had to reschedule both this Red Wings edition and the Pistons edition just because the Wings were playing late in the West Coast. The Pistons have off tomorrow, but due to Blog Talk Radio date and time scheduling constraints, I had to push it an hour to the next day. So it's still the same night, just at midnight tomorrow night. Until then, it's Taylor Phillips signing off by saying TTFN, ta-ta for now. Good night, everybody.